husband, for example, hates these and like literally sneakily tries to throw them away every time he uses them, like a regular paper towel. And I'm like, they don't go in the trash. For the past month, I've replaced my regular paper towels with reusable paper towels, which is not something I ever thought I would say, but it's been an interesting experience to say the least. So let's dive right in.
So the reason I wanted to try Unpaper Towels, it's just my husband and I don't know how we go through so many paper towels, but we go through so many paper towels. I feel like we need to put a new roll on our paper towel holder, like every 2 days. We just are constantly using paper towels. I started to just feel like this is just so wasteful. There's probably a better option out there than just buying so many paper towels. Also, a few years ago, I discovered the magic of microfiber cloths. I don't know why I didn't really get this before, but I was just using paper towels for cleaning. And then one day I discovered microfiber cloths and I completely switched over to those for cleaning my countertop, my bathroom sink, and everything like that. I pretty much only use microfiber cloths now, and they're just way better. Not only are they reusable, so I don't have to keep buying more things. So my interest was definitely piqued when I discovered that there were these Unpaper towels, and so I figured I had to give them a try. And just so you know, everything you've seen in today's video, I purchased with my own money. I spent over $100, I think, on this video and purchasing these paper towels. So this is in no way a gifted or sponsored product or anything like that. I do have an affiliate link that really anyone can sign up for, but it does give you a small discount. It does support me as well when you do use that link. So if you do end up wanting to purchase Marley Monsters paper towels, then check out the link down below. In terms of what I specifically ordered, I ordered from the company Marley Monsters. There are different companies out there that make these type of reusable paper towels, but it seems like Marley Monsters is a pretty popular one. I saw some good reviews online, so I figured I would give this particular brand a try. And they have what they call Unpaper towels. I don't know if that's a common name. And I ordered a 24 pack, plus I ordered one individual towel, which was this lemon print. The 24 pack I got was in this muted rainbow colorway. I thought that would look nice with my decor. And then I also ordered 2 paper towel holders. I'm not really sure how I ended up doing this because I ended up spending $72 on these paper towel holders. I thought the order was expensive, but clearly I did not look closely enough that I was ordering 2. So now I have 2 of them. Now I am prepared for the future, I guess.
Now, the biggest difference on the surface between regular paper towels and reusable paper towels has to be the cost, especially from Marley Monsters. They are really pretty expensive. Not saying they're overpriced, but there's a little bit of an initial shock value because normally paper towels are, I don't know, relatively affordable by comparison. So the 24 pack I got was $64. It ended up being about $2.66 per individual towel, which is not that crazy when you think that it's a reusable cloth, but comparison to paper towels, it's really pretty expensive. So for comparison, even premium paper towels tend to be at least about $2.66 or less per 100 sheets. But let's just say it's $2.66 for a comparison point. What that means is that these reusable paper towels are 100 times more expensive, which is a lot. It's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But that being said, if you are committed to using them, and let's say you shift out the roll twice a week, which I think is really pretty reasonable. I think that's about what I'm averaging for these reusable paper towels. That means that you would completely go through this roll 100 times in a year. So it means you're gonna break even on these in about a year's time, which I think is reasonable. I don't think it's that crazy. So it's definitely an initial investment, but hopefully you'll get most of your money back in the long run.
When I got my package in the mail, I was really pleasantly surprised to see that there's really no plastic in the packaging whatsoever. I thought the packaging was really nice. It was all just using paper materials because obviously if you're purchasing these, you probably have some inclination towards more environmentally friendly packaging. So I did love to see that. And everything was just so beautiful right out of the package. I feel like the paper towels were just so crisp and nice, and I love the packaging. So we definitely got off to a good start. And I've really had a pretty positive experience. There's a lot of things that I really liked about these paper towels. So very similar to how I feel about microfiber cloths in the sense that I feel like it's just a more pleasant experience using them. It's a more substantial cloth versus just a flimsy paper towel. It was just a more high-end, pleasant experience using them. And I also just felt happy using them because they're just so colorful, they're pretty, they're just more interesting to look at, a more interesting experience than using just regular paper towels. So I really liked that as well. I also liked knowing that, hey, I'm not contributing to having to buy more paper towels. And I did feel happy knowing that I was saving a little bit on the money and the environmental footprint of just constantly buying more paper towels. So I really liked that. Also, in terms of the effectiveness of them, I feel like they did work pretty well. I really feel like they worked how I expected them to work. They worked similarly to paper towels. I feel like they were effective for drying my hands. They were effective for cleaning up small spills. I did see online that some people had a problem with them not being absorbent enough. It's not like a sponge or something like that, but I did find them plenty absorbent just for everyday little tasks. If I had to clean up a giant puddle of water on the ground, yeah, I mean, maybe they would not be like the best option, but for everyday tasks, 99% of the time, I had absolutely no problems with the absorbency or anything like that. So I thought that was fine. And then the final thing that I really liked is just, I felt like they were very easy to use. Like, yes, it was a little time consuming to have to roll up the paper towels, but I thought that the paper towel roller was really, really good. I think if you are gonna get this, I definitely recommend this particular paper towel holder because basically the rolly, like the stick part, like detaches from the base. So that means that you can roll them up onto the rod and then attach it to the base later. So I think if you're trying to put these on a normal paper towel holder, it may be a little bit tricky to do that. I probably wouldn't recommend that unless your paper towel holder also like detaches like this. So overall, I thought the quality of them was good. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the bad things about using these paper towels. Some of these things I kind of expected, but some of these things kind of surprised me, caught me off guard a little bit. So the first big thing is the additional time that you are going to have to spend to use these paper towels. So I would say the two main time-sucking things about this is, number one, you're going to have to individually roll each individual towel on the roll. So if you have 25, 50 towels, you're gonna have to like roll that thing 25, 50 different times in order to fill up your paper towel roll, which it definitely takes longer than just whipping on a new just regular paper towel roll. It's going to take, I don't know, at least 5 more minutes, which especially if you're just like in a rush, is going to feel like a giant pain. So that's the first thing. There's also more time involved with actually washing these. So I just put them in my regular laundry. I didn't like have a separate load of laundry for these or anything like that just because there's so few of them, but it's going to take more time. You're going to have to incorporate these in your laundry. You're gonna have to like sift them out of the laundry when you're done. And that is just a time consuming thing. So definitely think about that. The second big negative in addition to the time, and this one, I'm gonna be honest, kind of caught me off guard. It kind of surprised me a little bit, but it was just how much worse they start looking after even the first wash. It's not to say that like the quality is bad or anything like that, but it's just, they lose that crisp look after you start washing them. And so if you're after that like really pretty pristine look, you're not gonna get it after you start washing them. The biggest problem I had related to the appearance was, first of all, they get so wrinkly. And I don't know what it is about this material, but even when I picked them out pretty much straight from the dryer, they were still wrinkly. Like my only shot was whipping them out like mid-dry cycle and immediately flattening them out in order to make them not wrinkly, or you could just iron them. But again, back to the time thing, that is just an additional time commitment, or you could just hide them away and not have them on the roll. That would also lessen the need for them to look nice, but just something to consider. So realistically, once you have these paper towels on the roll, it's really hard to keep them like perfectly aligned in a straight line where you're not gonna see like, I don't know, kind of uneven edges. It's really hard to do that. So I think if that is going to bother you, then you may want to think twice about this. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but it was something that was a little bit of a pet peeve for me. Okay, and then the third negative, and this was probably the biggest surprise to me, but was just how much I am consuming paper towels. I think when you're using disposable paper towels, it's so easy to not even think about it. You just tear a sheet here, tear a sheet there, and before you know it, the whole roll is gone. But it's not even a big deal because you just pop a new roll on there. But when you are individually having to take care of each individual paper towel, wash it, refold it, put it on the roll again, you start to become hyper conscious of using paper towels. And it was a little bit of a, I don't know, I don't want to say it's a negative thing, because in some ways I think it was positive to kind of remind me of being a conscious consumer, not just ripping up paper towels all over the place, trying to use more reusable items and things like that. But it was a little bit frustrating to have to kind of like weigh every time, you know, if I was thinking about using a paper towel, do I want to use it? Do I not want to use it? So I feel like the experience of using these paper towels really just kind of cemented the amount of paper towels that I use, and that was not necessarily the best thing. So that was the third thing. And then the fourth negative is the lint factor. And I want to say this is a really specific nitpick, because I did not think this was that bad. I thought this was like a very, very minor issue, but it was something that I did notice that was negative. So I want to make sure I tell you guys about it. And that is the fact that while these are relatively lint-free cloths, they're not 100% lint-free. So if you are using these to like wipe off like a food product or something you're eating or a plate, then there may be a slight amount of like little lint particles that fall off onto that item. And honestly, this is probably true with regular paper towels, but we don't even notice it because, I don't know, they're like white or so small or something. But for example, like I think once or twice I wiped off an apple. It ended up like having a little, like few little lint particles, and it wasn't a big deal, but it is something that I did notice. So those were the negatives that I experienced with these reusable paper towels.
So my final thoughts on these, would I recommend them? I would recommend them. I think I will personally keep using them. I'll probably end up buying more of these, but it is a commitment. And if you're not ready for the commitment, if you think it will just annoy you to have to put them in the laundry, roll them up, then I would just stick with regular paper towels. You know, these aren't for everyone. My husband, for example, hates these and like literally sneakily tries to throw them away every time he uses them, like a regular paper towel. And I'm like, they don't go in the trash. But anyway, the point is that they're not for everyone. If you think they are for you though, check out my description box for that link to save you some money. Yeah, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you're looking for something to watch next, I recommend my Grove collaborative review. Grove is a website that has all different types of like eco-friendly products. I think they even have these reusable paper towels as well as microfiber cloths and other things. So if that's something that appeals to you, then check out that review. And until next time, bye.